Can XRP realistically hit $27? In this video, I'm going to show you a chart that was put out by a Twitter user that really got my attention, and not just because of the $27. So in this video, I'm going to outline the analysis that he actually used to come to the conclusion that XRP is going to hit $27, and you might not believe what he's going to be saying next. And now, when you compare it to the rest of the cryptocurrency world and the global adoption, the global build-outs, and the usage of cryptocurrencies, many people feel like we are still in 1997. So we're going to compare what some of the growth metrics look like compared to that. Also, Ripple is continuing to explode internationally as yet another major banking institution has jumped onto Ripple's on-demand liquidity system over in Asia. I'm going to tell you about it in this video. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. And right now on this channel we are covering cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all of these topics interest you, make sure you go ahead, hit that subscribe button, join the Late Night Grind community. And also, before I continue in this video, I wanted to direct your attention to something called Personal Capital. There's a link in the description down below. Now, Personal Capital offers the free use of professional grade tools, including net worth calculators, retirement projections, asset liability tracking, and a whole lot more. It's free to join. You can check the link in the description below and keep track of where you are financially so that you can best be prepared for maximum growth. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So yes, it's not exactly clickbait. $27 is on this chart that I'm about to show you that was put out by a Twitter user. Now, of course, many of the comments underneath this chart were more humorous in nature, asking what this guy is smoking when coming to these conclusions. But nonetheless, he used something called Fibonacci Levels as well as the Elliott Wave theory calculations to come to the conclusions or the projections of what XRP could be worth based on its past history, and not only that, some of the comparisons to where cryptocurrency is right now in comparison to what the internet was in 1997. So here we go. If we take a look at this chart, he puts out that at some point in mid-2023, that XRP going up through the Fibonacci levels could hit as high as $27. Now, of course, there would have to be several different factors for this to actually play out. Number one, I think Bitcoin would need to be at least starting on its next bull run and, of course, get the rest of the world's attention and put it on notice that the next year or two could be in full growth mode. That is something that would have to be in place. Number two, XRP would need to be getting its regulatory clarity here in the United States. And how does it do that? It does it by Ripple winning this case versus the SEC. Now, if you've been following this channel, most of what I cover talks a lot about this case and how all the advantages and all the decisions so far have been going in Ripple's favor. However, there are still talks about whether or not they're going to settle outside of court or whether or not this will actually be determined in summary judgment. That all remains to be seen. Right now, it looks like we're heading full steam to actually go to trial. However, the SEC, of course, still trying to hide some of those documents regarding former SEC Chairman Bill Hinman's speech and all of the conversations and email chains around that speech. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. But nonetheless, if XRP gets its regulatory clarity, here's what he says about the price of XRP. $27. Now let me know in the comment section below if you think that's just a bunch of hopium, or if you think that's somebody trying to get engagement on Twitter, or if this is actually technically feasible. Because in my opinion, it is technically feasible. Now let me explain. Many long-standing cryptocurrency fans and investors that have been around for the better part of 10 years since Bitcoin has been growing, they now say that global adoption in terms of the number of monthly users, the number of people that are adopting it globally into their businesses, into their financial world, is roughly the same as the internet was back in approximately 1996 to 1997. Which means it's basically still in its infancy. So if you imagine companies like Google or Amazon that really weren't even around, especially Google, that weren't even around then and are now some of the biggest tech companies in the entire world based on the growth of the internet. Well, if cryptocurrency plays out in which it may experience massive bull runs along with major crashes. Remember the dot-com bust of the year 2000? Well, guess what? That happens in cryptocurrency roughly every 4 years. But when that happens, that gives you extremely good time to buy some of the cheaper or more speculative projects that you want to invest in that might have a great future in other bull runs. Well, XRP is one of them that I think is going to be around for the long term, hence that's why I cover it on this channel. And of course, one that you should look out for, that along with Bitcoin and a few others. Now, there's going to be some new ones along the way, and of course, there's going to be ones that we talk about now that may not even be around much in 5 years. But with the growth of Ripple and what they're doing globally, including their growth of the on-demand liquidity system, it has to be something that's on your radar. So what I'm going to talk about now is another announcement that Ripple's just made regarding their on-demand liquidity system over in Asia. So in the Philippines, there is one of their largest crypto exchanges called Coins.ph. It is a crypto exchange as well as the leading wallet platform over in the Philippines. They've just partnered with AsiaNet, which is actually a money transfer company in Japan. What did they do? Well, they both jumped on Ripple's on-demand liquidity system, and they're going to be using XRP for fast, cheap settlement for money transfers between Japan and the Philippines. Why are they doing this? Well, because right now there's approximately 300,000 Filipinos that live in Japan in order to attempt to make more money or have a better living and send money back to the Philippines. Similar to here, how in the United States, there are many people from Mexico that come into the United States to work on work visas, earn more money, and they send that money back to Mexico to their family and friends. This is a similar situation, but now they're using the on-demand liquidity system in order to do so. And from what the analysis that I read, they called it a game changer for those 300,000 Filipinos because they can do it nearly instantly using that on-demand liquidity system. So as we start to look at continued growth, as we start to look at what Ripple is doing in the case versus the SEC, what John Deaton continues to talk about when he goes on Fox Business, and he talks about Gary Gensler's essentially lack of applying the Howey test properly to XRP and whether it's a security or not, to all the SEC and what they're trying to do and delay this case as long as they possibly can, as well as hide documents that they don't want coming out regarding their discussions around that speech, which of course gave Ethereum its free pass and of course didn't mention anything about XRP when it probably should have. So we start to put all of these factors together, as well as if you believe that the cryptocurrency world is essentially the internet back in 1997 before major sweeping global adoption happened over the next 20 years. So, if that's the case, do you think in the next 20 years that a $3 million Bitcoin is possible? Or how about a $10,000 XRP? You never know. If there's 20 to 25 years of growth to get from 1997 to now, well, the cryptocurrency world could look drastically different and a market cap that could be exceeding hundreds of trillions of dollars. And of course that makes sense, because even if the world governments stopped printing money, not just the United States, but all the other countries stopped printing money, there is still currently $1.6 quadrillion worth of derivatives out there floating around in financial cyberspace. So if cryptocurrency sucks up a lot of that money, well, guess what the market cap is going to do? It's going to be going straight north. But let me know in the comment section down below what you think of that chart, what you think about that XRP price prediction, and if you're going along with it or if it's something to stay away from. All right, guys, don't forget to check out that link to Personal Capital down below. You can manage your net worth, use calculators, financial calculators, determine when you can retire and how much money you might have to start putting away in order to hit that retirement number. Go ahead and sign up. It is completely free. All of their tools are completely free. Go ahead and check it out. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, for smashing that thumbs up button. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.